Hey, we're back.
Frick. Okay.
We're still getting used to like
Guys.
filming, it's been a while. But I feel like all of our topics have been very like superficial, as people say in our comments.
And we
So-
do not care.
Yeah, we don't care. Honestly, I don't really care. But I think it's time to talk about something deeper, like friendship. It's not that deep, but I don't know. I think
We just sort of had this idea, like we were throwing out like topic ideas, and one of them that came up was just about like friendship and friendship breakups, makeups,
and then we just
all
made
of
it,
that.
and we just made it like a whole
A
thing.
whole thing, yeah. I think friendships are
'Cause there's-
super complex also, so there's a lot to talk about.
Super, and I think especially when you get older, the way you view friends, work, everything, it sort of changes. And
When your
Yep.
frontal lobe develops.
what year is that? Like 25?
Yeah.
So actually, my frontal lobe isn't developed yet because I'm super young. I'm 21, you guys. I'm just now legal in the US. That's what I'm telling people. Because, once you get to a certain age, you just say you're 21.
You like stop aging.
Like, I think Bubble says she's like 25 or something.
She's
So
a Gen Z.
we're all Gen Z, and we're sticking to it. But yeah, I think, and I don't even know this, so I'm just looking at the outline now. How did Liam and Gabbie become friends? And
That's
when
our
did
hatest question.
Haters?
Not even hate us, but you know what I mean? We're always like,
I actually don't remember. I know.
but the funny thing is that always happens, right, with people that meet and like going around, going out in events and stuff
Going
like that.
around.
Not going around, like going out. Oh my god, no. But like sort of we always forget like where exactly pinpoint where we met, how we
Because there's
got
like
close.
multiple like angles to this.
Yeah.
Because we have so many mutual friends, like I feel like we've always like been around each other,
Yeah.
but only like was it the last 2 or 3 years where we're
Yes.
like, oh wait,
Last 2
like
years.
this should be like this is fun.
This should be a friendship.
No, I remember we had 2 events, and you made me go to one, and then we went to the other one.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Well, I remember we went to like the Magnum together.
Which
You remember?
Magnum?
The one with the
The Revel.
not the Revel.
That was a crazy night.
Did you go? The one where we also went to like Sunny's after.
What?
What? Do you not remember that?
What Sunnies?
Like literally we went from the Magnum event to Sunny's.
What Magnum event? You can't even name it.
Dinner. It was a Magnum dinner. It was in like Resorts World.
Oh my god,
Yes.
yes. And then Sunny's anniversary.
Yeah.
But we were friends before that.
Yeah, we were, but then that was like, oh, we were really getting close.
But what I
'cause we
really
went together,
find-
blah blah blah.
What I love about this friendship was I feel like it started out as like, oh, you know what? Like, we get along, like we're event friends, so we just go on events, and it turned into something more genuine. Well, I hope.
Like deeper.
Deeper. You know,
Yeah.
because I don't know, like I question this a lot. I think about it a lot because like we're always constantly around people. And sometimes I feel like when you need these people the most, or especially like they'll comment on your post, but like especially with like having this podcast, like you sort of truly realize like who's willing to like repost it on their story. It's a difference.
That's so true.
It's a difference between like commenting or like reposting or actually supporting, And
Yes.
like once you have like a business or something, I feel like that's when you realize, or like let's say I was selling something. If someone actually purchased that or someone actually listened to the podcast, then you realize, oh, they're actually
They're
real
actually here
friends.
to support you for real. Like they're here to do what they can do for you.
Yeah, because I feel like anyone will comment, but
yeah.
it's different. And no,
And some people won't even comment. That's the thing, right?
and they're like,
Some
oh
of
my
your
god, I love the
friends.
podcast. Or oh my god, I love this content. I'm like, you have not liked my
And then
post
it's
in the
like
last
free.
year.
It's free to like. It's free to share. It's free to do all
They
this.
think they're so cool, So I actually don't really know where I think because we already had so many mutual friends. So a lot of my friends are the people I used to hang out with in like middle school, grade school,
Yeah.
happen to be your college friends.
Yes.
So we already had like this group outside of our industry.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important. And
that
now,
does make it different from like just having like a little industry friend or a
because we
little
all
event
have
friend.
like industry friends, but I feel like you have to purposely put in the effort to sort of go out of like, okay, we're not just doing events. Let's go to like
Random stuff. Like,
Joel's place.
yeah, let's go to have coffee.
You know,
Let's
go to people's.
Let's discover a new cafe. Let's do
You know?
whatever.
Without needing to post, without having that sort of angle of like, oh, like let's take content. Obviously, like, okay, we're both taking content today, but like that's also our jobs. But finding that happy medium. And what one thing I've realized is that people don't realize how close you can actually be to someone because social media is such a bad doesn't really determine.
Yeah,
Or, like-
you can't really like super gauge like when you're looking at someone's social media, like how close they are or not.
They could be really, really close, but once the cameras turn off, you're like not.
Yeah,
close
they're not
at
even
all,
that
you know?
deeply like friends.
Guys, we actually
turns
talk.
out.
This is
Yeah,
a
like
thing.
the chats.
Life is not a real.
Like if
life
you
is
hack, if you hack her like phones.
not. Yeah, we actually talk because I'm like not a talker. Like I have like no one that I text, but I text Gabbie,
Yeah.
and I text like maybe 5 people. Who do I text? You, Mont, Nat, Inigo, Martin, Lila. I text
7.
maybe 6.
Ooh.
Charisse is like up there. My manager.
Favorites of
No,
the
she's
favorites.
my favorite. She's like, well, maybe she doesn't think that of me, but like, she's a favorite of mine. But yeah, you know, now that I'm getting older, I'm realizing that I'm trying to be more independent, not just like financially anything, but just like being able to like not need to be around this group, like huge group of friends, you know? Like I'm sort of over. And everyone's like, oh, Liam, you know everyone. Like, I know people, but I don't actually know them personally, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm okay with just sort of sticking to myself. Like, I don't know, like, getting older, I feel like my whole view of, like, friendships have really changed. I always thought that it was really quantity,
Same.
but those weren't very meaningful, you know? And now, like, I have a lot of friends, even from high school, that I don't even really talk to every day, but they're still very quality to me.
Yeah, same. I have like maybe 2 or 3 high school friends that are still like
I have
close to
3.
me.
The rest, I'm just like,
Yeah, but then
babushka.
everyone else, there were a lot more in high school, but then they just like are gone.
I think especially when
You
I
outgrow them.
Yeah, when I moved to college, like, and when I see them, we're all very nice. We're like, oh my god, nice to see you,
Yeah,
and
it's
we
nothing
reminisce.
bad.
But I realized that like, and I think some people don't have this mindset, and it took me a while to realize that sometimes like you really outgrow friends, and there's nothing necessarily like
Nothing bad
about
happened.
that. But sometimes like your interests change, or like especially with work now, like I barely get to see a lot of people, but luckily a lot of my friends and my real genuine friends happen to be in the industry. So luckily we get to see each other and hang and work at the same time. And there's some that, you know, especially like when people get into relationships, they're busy doing God knows what with their significant other.
Yeah.
So you really don't get the chance to see them much.
That's true.
So like, I don't know, especially in the last 2 years, now that my frontal lobe has allegedly developed, I feel like my whole idea of friendships have really changed, you know? And I don't know, I'm good with my like little tribe.
Same. Like I'm only like close
No,
to like a handful of people
You
now.
have a
from-
lot of friends.
No, but then I feel like it definitely lessened, and like a lot of them I don't get to see as often anymore. There's a few friends that like really will make a point to like we can hang and we can like have dinner.
I know,
like,
can my friends
once
do
a
that?
month at
Why am I
least.
always planning?
But like there's some people that like I just don't see them anymore, and like what you said, there's nothing bad about it, but we're definitely just not that close, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Like it's not a big deal. It's not like a falling out or anything like that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I really love a low maintenance friendship. You know?
Yeah,
like,
there
I'm
are friendships that like you don't talk for a long time, but then when you talk, it's like nothing has changed.
Because I'm the type, like, I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's like a boy thing, but most of my friends are girls. And all of them, like, they're always like, oh, should I buy this? They're all talking about, like, clothing shit. And
Yes.
they love to update each other about, like, oh my God, I did this today. That's very not me. You know, like, I'm not, like, I text a lot to plan. I text a lot for work, but I'm not like, oh my God. Like, if
Updating
you
your
ask
every
me, I'll tell you
move.
what I did today. Oh my God, wait, forgot to mention Mika. I was mentioning
7th
people.
or 8th. What is
Eighth.
it?
But I'm really like not an updater. Like, I'll ask you what are you doing, more so I can make plans. And now what I do? Oh, and Krishma. Okay,
Who?
Krishma.
Okay.
I'm remembering people, but now what I do, life hack. I start just tracking people. on the iPhones. You can track people. So
Yeah.
you don't even have to ask them. So then I can just like plan better, you know? But I wanted to go into like the whole reason why I wanted to talk about this is because friendship breakups. And I feel like
Ooh.
this is something, and friendship breakups in terms of like there was actually a falling out. Not
Yeah.
like a, oh, you randomly
Not like a
just-
drifting. Yeah.
How do you feel about them? Have you had any?
I feel like it's super necessary and something that everyone goes through. Like you can't tell me that like, oh, I've just had all my friends and kept them all
Bullshit.
throughout my whole life. Like it really happens, I think. Like sometimes you don't even expect it, like in a certain friendship. Like the most random thing could happen and really like lead to a big fallout.
Because I think I'm sort of like analyzing now. And I think I've only had like 2 big friendship breakups, or 3. And they've all been very controversial.
Oh my god.
Bleep this out. But I think going back to the whole life is not a real, I think a lot of times, especially when you're around someone a lot, like a friend, you don't realize, and at least for me, I sort of like brush things under the rug until something like big happens, and
Yeah.
then you can't sort of recover from it. You know? I think that's all 3 of my friendship breakups have been sort of like that. And I don't know, that's one thing I've really tried to change this year. I'm trying to like keep people accountable, but keep myself accountable at the same time. Because I feel like friendship breakups, in my opinion, are way harder than relationship breakups.
They are, especially if it's like a years long friendship, like super long. It feels a lot worse than
I don't know. I
breakup.
feel like with relationships, there's a clear like, okay, this is why we broke up.
yeah.
You know, there's a clear reason. But with friendships, I feel like, unlike a like relationship, like a what do you call it? Like a
Romantic
romantic
relationship.
relationship. Friendships are sort of intertwined with sort of all aspects of,
of your life.
family,
Yeah.
even romantic. You know, they're all, so it's a lot harder. And like,
I think it also takes a lot for a friendship to break up. You know what I mean?
depends, unless the other person's really fucking shady and old and
But that's the
annoying.
thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you need to be like, there has to be like a level of like, you despise them already that you're like, oh, no. There's not like sometimes like a relationship, like you can still have like mad respect for each other and just, it just did not work out. We're
I think it's
fine.
harder because you're so intertwined and because you're so like, yeah, your lives are so intertwined that it always turns into hate
Yeah.
because of the hurt, you know? Like, I feel like with relationships, like, I was sad, but I was never mad because I'm like, okay, like, I
You're
can
like
get
moving
over it.
forward.
But with friendships, it's like, it took me a lot longer.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I sort of like questioned myself more. I was always like, wait, like, could I have saved this? Could I have saved this? But I don't know. Like, I think they're very much necessary, you know?
I feel like I've only had 2 big friendship breakups.
Well, the third
Not
hasn't
big,
happened yet.
But like, but oh my god, you
Third
know the
hasn't
second.
happened.
Who's the third? Oh my god. No, I'm just okay. So that one, I'm just like ignoring that person. But like in my head, it's like whatever. Friendship is over. Like this is so disrespectful. But the thing is, for like my second one, like we made up. Like we're friends again and all that. It's just that I don't know. Like I think she needed like time to like realize things and mature.
I've learned that
And we're
sometimes
friends
like
now.
space is so important. Like Gabbie and I we don't really fight. We just like ignore each other for 2 weeks and then come back and act like nothing has happened.
Yeah. Not ignore. We like talk about it a little.
A little. But I don't know, I'm not a very much like, oh, we need to talk about it. Because I feel like you just have to let it out and then you're like, okay.
I think it also happens because we always are together. Do you
Yeah.
get me?
So it's sort of hard. I don't know.
Yeah. But you want to know like the funny story of like one of my friendship breakups? It's actually crazy because like I tell like this story to so many people. Like I'm not like trying to ruin her or whatever. I don't even mention her name, but it's actually just really crazy to me because this was someone that I was friends with in high school. I just like really enjoyed her company. She was the funnest person to talk to, funnest person to hang out with. We got along so well and we went to the same college. So we all sort of like meshed together in college. Like even like our new friends like loved her and loved her so much that we went on a trip together. Like, you know, this big group trip.
Trips with friends. Oh my god, it's such a big test.
And revelation. The revelation was that she's like a thief, like a klepto. She stole so many things from everyone in the trip because we were like connecting rooms. Like everyone lost something. And we found out it was her. So
you know what's
that's
crazy?
the reason why we were like, no, like when we got back, I was like, I cannot deal. And aside from that, she had a little bit of an attitude on the trip that I've never seen before. Like
having
crazy.
an attitude on a trip is like the worst thing ever because it brings everyone down. You know?
Super, like it ruins the vibe,
Yeah.
the energy.
Well, I went on a trip. Gabbie was there. No, sometimes it helps the friendship. Sometimes I feel like that helped the friendship.
Really? Okay, that's good.
Like we're chill.
I love that.
Right? I
Yeah.
assume. I don't know. I feel like we're being very vague because you know what? This is the year. We're not controversial. We're not naming people. We're like keeping it very vague because we want this to be a positive space.
Yeah. We always like to keep it positive as much as we can.
But some things are meant to be
Talked about.
Talked about.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know.
But I agree.
I'm like I don't want to name like
Sometimes
anyone.
like traveling or being abroad with someone and like needing to like be with them because it's different. You're with them 24/7 for that span of like how long your trip
No, and
is.
I think also
It's like a test.
being in a foreign country. You know, when you're like here, like or wherever you're living,
You're in your comfort zone.
you're in your comfort zone. Living in different or being in a different country, the language barrier. There's always that added stress.
Yes.
And sometimes I feel like it's sort of a rite of passage where I feel like eventually every friendship sort of needs to go down that path just so that, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But I think if it works out, it's good to sometimes have these high pressure situations because I don't know, I think I'm at a point in life where I sort of try to keep everything calm, cool, and collected. Like I'm trying to be very chill. But I think to develop friendships, to develop even yourself as a person, to learn, you need to sort of put yourself in these like harder situations at times, you know.
It's like
You can't always play it safe. And
Yeah.
I think traveling is such a good way to do that.
and sometimes you're just not compatible as like travelers. Sometimes you come back and you realize, okay, there's nothing necessarily wrong with the other person or they're doing something
You just have
that's
different
not.
styles.
Yeah, you're just not compatible together. Just different ways of like living.
like
I
one,
don't know.
one thing I've learned
And you can
is-
still be
yeah.
friends like with other things.
I feel like one thing I've learned, especially as when you travel, I can't be with someone that's gonna heavy glam every day. When I'm on a trip, I'm very type A. Like I get up, I want to like start doing stuff, like sighing your time. Unless it's like a beach and like I don't want to do anything, sure I'm gonna stay in the room and like you guys can go out.
Relax.
If I'm in a city or something, especially a city that I've never been to, I'd rather like lack sleep and go out and do stuff because sighing your time, sighing your money. So I hate a heavy glamour. If you're a heavy glamour, wake up early. They're usually the last ones to wake up and take some.
Oh,
3
that's
hours
what I
to get ready.
hate when they're the
can't.
last one to wake up.
Sometimes it's easier, and my goal this year is, and we've talked about this before. Like we never had like a gay group, and now I
Yeah.
feel like now we're going out with the gays, and it's so fun. Like I feel like traveling with gays. Besides not Badoy, because there's those group of gays that are just super Badoy. They all have the same like perm. You know, like,
That was so shady.
I want to go on a gay trip. I feel like that would be really fun.
Yeah, I think that would be super fun. Like chaotic but fun.
You know,
I feel like okay, so I watched this like just last week. I watched Love in the Big City because my friend like my
Yeah.
uncle was super forcing me to watch it. Like he was forcing me to watch it before I even went to Paris, but then I just didn't have the time until last week. It's like a Korean drama, but it's like a BL. So like for those that don't know, it's like a gay show, like gay lovers type of show. But it's not just romance. It's really like focused on this one gay guy, like Korean gay guy, and it shows like all his like relationships, like his girl bestie, his relationship with his
Korean?
mother, yeah, his relationship with his mother, his gay friendships, his relationships with like guys that he meets, and it actually really I wasn't obsessed with when I started it, but then now that I'm done, like
Is
at
that
any like
Netflix?
yeah, it's a Netflix. At
I'm
any
gonna
like
check it out.
silent moment on my day, I'm like thinking about it, and it makes me reflect. And everyone who watches it that's gay says the same thing. It makes you like sort of like reflect like your
I'm
life.
gonna watch. I need to watch. I need you. If anyone has recommendations for Netflix, because I refuse to pay for Flixster Premium,
Yeah.
so the servers are always not
Yeah,
available.
it's on Netflix. You should watch it
Okay, I'm
now.
gonna check it out.
But then one of it is like, he had a girl best friend from college. They even lived in together and everything. But the saddest for me is that like they were such an important part of each other's lives.
As an empath,
She got married. She got married and then like, she doesn't show up in the end of the series. And it's not that they had a falling out or they did actually.
Ay.
But then they were fine. It's just that she has like different priorities now, obviously, and she got married. And like they always say that I was sort of about like gays. Like I have so many girlfriends, so it really like hit me. And
No,
they're
I
like,
get
oh my
it.
gosh,
It's
at the
so
end,
hard.
the gays will be there for you. But then your girlfriends, as much as you love them, as much as they love you, when they all have their families.
No,
Right?
I have a lot of friends. Actually, this is the year. Because none of my high school friends are really getting married yet, but some of my other friends are. And it really changes, you know? And like, I spoke about this, I think, to like Dominique, and I was like, you know what? Like, I miss like when we could just like,
Yeah.
hey, like hang out. But the thing is, when you grow older, like, you really like, not that you lose the friendship, but people are busy. People have
Right.
work. Like, luckily, like again, we get to see each other all the time for work, and like our schedules are different. But like, people have businesses that they're running. People have kids. People have partners. Like, you're not the number one priority, you know. And like, obviously, like, you sort of have to get used to the fact that every weekend, like, they're probably like spending time with their kids and stuff. But it was a weird like transition for me because obviously I'm not in that place yet, so I don't get it. But it was just I don't know. It was an interesting like sort of topic, or like especially a lot of my girlfriends, like they're now like in serious relationships, you know. So when they're now working, they've created their own sort of new friend group because their partners or whatever are all like they have their own
Their
group.
own girl. Yeah,
know?
I get that.
And like when
That
you're
happens.
younger and you don't have like a solidified group, it's sort of easier to be like, oh, let's all hang out. But now it's weird to be like, I'm not gonna join my friends like boyfriends.
Yeah.
Barkada. That's not how it works, you know. So you sort of, I don't know, like it sort of put me out there, like okay, like not that I need more friends, but it's also nice to go out and meet new people. Maybe we could start our own like
Yeah.
little.
They also always say that
Gay
like
thing.
the straight timeline is not the same as like a gay.
Well,
gay guy's
gays like
timeline.
in 2 months you can get married now. It's very
But also like gays like get serious like later on in their life, and they always say it's also because like a lot of times like when you grow up gay, you go through like an extra phase of like accepting yourself before you like live your life, as opposed
Guys,
to
let's
like
put
the
this on
straight.
TikTok.
As opposed to like when you're
It's
straight,
so true though.
right? Like you can immediately like they start dating in high school. They start dating. Like, sometimes like you're not yet there.
And even especially with like kids, you know, I don't think I've spoken about. I tell all my friends is that I'm actually very traditional in the sense that I want kids, my
Me too.
own kids. Like I want to like sort of live as if I'm straight. But the thing is, my timeline's just different because as a gay, you go
Yeah.
through so many other hurdles. Like, how am I gonna like make a kid? And I want my own kid because hello, these genes have to be passed down. And I want my kid to be blonde and like blue eyed. So that's also like another like hurdle. But no, like as a gay, like things are just very different, you know? And like I've always been like one of the girls, but sometimes like the girls want to have the girl time.
That's
you know?
true.
And you sort of
There's,
have
like,
to
an-
like understand that like they're not doing it to exclude you, but there's some things that like I don't want to hear about your periods. I don't want to hear about that. But also I want to be a part of it somehow,
Yeah.
you know? So it's weird. It's a weird sort of thing because they're not being like, oh, let's not invite Liam. It's like, oh my God, okay, we have this friend. We had this gay night. Infamous for like many reasons that we're not gonna go into. But we didn't invite her because we just wanted a gay night,
Yeah.
right? And she's technically like bi. But we wanted like a guy's gay night.
Night.
So I get it now. It's just I feel like because we're like
There's a different
There's-
level of understanding
yeah.
also.
I just think because there's
I don't
more
know.
girls, like we have more girlfriends and gay friends, that like it happens more to us where we're the ones excluded,
Yes.
you know? But I get it now. That was our first gay night. I was like, okay.
Yeah, like I super
I get it.
appreciate having gay friends now.
I know
Like super.
this is you know what? this is such a big like wow moment because in our first Pride episode we were like we don't have a group of gays.
I know, actually, yeah.
And
Crazy.
now we're finding like a little group. Well, we honestly just go out. And honestly, guys have more fun out. And I'm over going to straight okay, I'll still dabble once in
Where?
a while. Straight establishment. But the gay ones are so fun. Like the music. Like I don't want to listen
The
to
music,
techno. I
that's
want to
really
listen to
it.
Kylie Minogue. I want to listen to Britney. I want to listen to Lady Gaga. And like Tate McRae like sprinkled in once in a while. You know, like that's fun now. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm having like this little gay awakening.
Like a gay reawakening.
Yeah, like my second one.
I know that we sort of like jumped off topic from like just the friendship breakups, but I think this is part of it. We said we want to talk about just friendships, and I think this is like our 2025.
Because I think gay
Friendships
friendships are
realization.
also like just different.
Oh, I agree. And also sometimes I feel like there's some gay friendships that are just like part of a bigger group and it's not really that like deep. So then now I have like a deeper appreciation for like real gay friendships.
I agree.
Because I mean, obviously we've had gay friends, but maybe they're just like chill friends.
I have no gay friends.
Like before, I mean, I'm sure you would hang
Yeah.
out, just like a hangout friend. But then now it's like, I feel like
I don't.
you.
I'm like thinking. It's really just one. Like, no, but it's fun. Like, but you know what? To all the gays listening, the gay group, make it chic, naman. Please.
What do you mean?
Make it. There's just groups that are just like super like. What is happening? What is happening? Like this is so like mind-boggling. Like make it chic. Like you can go out and be ratchet. Don't post about it. Maybe like post a nice little dinner first. Maybe go to Blackbird, People's Palace, do something chic, and then get ratchet. But don't post it, please. I don't want to
Like
see.
what's in like your Finsta?
Even like I don't want to see it. You know. But no, I don't know. I'm enjoying this little fun era. Like it's always on a Saturday. Like I'm straight until it's Saturday, and then it becomes like fun. Like past 11. Like I think
Why is it? Yeah, it's always like a little late. It always like
Right?
only starts like past 11 for
Like,
some reason.
everyone's straight until 11 p.m. But it's been fun.
It's been fun. Like I'm also not
Catch
even the
us
type
at
to
Yes
super go
Please.
out. I don't even super like go out, but like it's been fun.
Right?
The
And
places,
we'll bring
like-
girls once in a while.
Yeah, some of them like there are certain girls who can really hang with gays, like all gays, and not care and have fun.
And some were like, no.
There's some that make you feel conscious, like, oh, are they having fun? Is it weird that
Yeah.
they're here? Like, there are some that you feel that way.
You
And
know
it's not
who
even
you
their
are,
fault.
choke
It's not
them.
their fault, but it's like, there's some
It's
that I
not-
just can vibe.
It's not our fault. You're straight.
And some straight boys can also. It's weird, but some of them can.
But that's a deep. Do you want to deep dive into that?
No, we don't want to out anyone that's not.
In fairness, so our friend moved, and he's like, it's very chic.
Yeah,
It's been
don't-
chic.
It's been,
like,
but like, don't out where he moved. Because it's gonna reveal. But anyway, do we want to go back to like friendship breakups? Because I don't know, we're going
always
through,
like the gays.
like we're going through a rabbit hole. We're falling down to the rabbit hole about gay friendships, and I feel like it was nice that we brought that
Okay,
up.
friendship breakups.
People should hear it, but then like, okay, maybe my biggest one, and I'm glad that we're okay now. But then like, she was like my high school BFF, and like, you know, we went to the same college together also. But she sort of like fell into like the wrong crowd that just wasn't good for her. She really like, to be honest, she like, I don't know, her life just like sort of fell apart when she did, and. I don't know, like I'm the kind of friend, like I'm not gonna like coddle bad behavior or anything, especially to someone I'm super close to. Like, you know, like I know what's good for my friend or like the people that's close to me. Like, and you know, she was very like intelligent and everything. Like, you know, she got into like this quota course in Ateneo. Like, it's not easy to get into. So I was like, I was not happy like seeing her like
Probably not on brand. For
waste
me.
her life away. Like I wasn't. And then so we had a lot of disagreements because of like the people she would hang out with, the things she would do. And then yeah, we did not speak for years because we had the big falling out. But you know what? She ended up like she didn't finish in Ateneo. She went to another college and everything. She's like, now she's like abroad and everything. But then years later, she like reached out to me and she was like, she's like, I'm so clean now. And it made me realize so many things. I realized that like I had like so few friends that were real friends, and you were like one of them. And
No,
so
it
like now
just-
we're good. But like that was like for me a big heartbreak.
It sort of shows that like the people you surround yourself like really, really makes a big difference. You know, I feel like we've all gone through our phases where like I feel like when I'm not in the best place, I subconsciously don't hang out with my true friends because I know they're gonna call me out.
Yeah.
And when I'm with like in a better place, then I hang out with the people that I know care for me because I also don't want to hurt them in return. And this is all subconscious. Like I'm not planning like, oh my god, like
it just happened.
but I feel like looking back when I've been like in my big party phase, it was always with people that weren't true friends because I didn't want at that I think emotionally I couldn't deal with something deeper. You know, and
Yeah,
now
I
I
get
feel
it.
like we're finding good balance where we're going out, but with people that we love and we trust, and it's actually like team building. You know, team building, but like in a good way.
I get you.
Like
When
you're gonna
team
like
building.
fuck shit up and like be a little ratchet, but like
It helps the dynamic.
then go
Like,
to McDonald's and have a heart to
yeah,
heart.
You're like growing.
afterwards.
It's like the relationship is growing as you guys go out.
In a good way.
In a good way, yeah.
Because I always say like, okay, I'm not in the biggest party phase now, but I do think it can be really fun. Just be responsible, like, and make sure that you're getting something out of it.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're gonna be hungover and like you're gonna get a little puffy and a little fat, like at least like gain some good friends out of it.
That's true.
I think that's very, very important, you know? But no, I'm enjoying the going out. But once a week. Because I'm really like sticking to my like trying
Yeah,
not
I
to
could
drink.
never do like the twice a week or like well,
Well, it takes like
the energy, hello. And also like, can you think about it? Like our lives, we go out a lot in the week because of like events and everything. So it's so tiring.
well, I
But
want
then-
events to come back because I'm really bored. But
Like
you know what's
wanting
super,
more
but you know what
events.
is super nice? So we just went to a YSL beauty event
It was fun.
at 10 p.m.
10 a.m.
Pack up. Guys, we're leave now. And I love that. I
Because
love
it was
that
like a dinner. It started
it was
early.
really a dinner. Those are the things I'm trying to do. Like I don't mind drinking. But you know what? I think I want to do what the Europeans do. I think because they're so skinny. I want to do all the like, let's do like wines,
Like a day drinking
No tonics.
situation.
maybe like a few drinks. I feel like that's where we're at. And then on Saturday, we get ratchet.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm not that crazy on
No,
Saturdays.
not ratchet for us.
Not like blackout, but just more like, oh, letting loose, having a bit more fun.
Yeah. I don't really mean ratchet, guys. Like, we're really tamed. Like, we'll probably be sitting in a corner, like,
I know, but you don't want to go
Staring.
out. Like I'm actually really friendly, I feel.
I think we get more friendly.
Yeah. Like I bumped into a fan again, like last Saturday. And he was like, I'm a fan of your TikTok. And I was like, oh my God, like I hugged him back. It's so nice to meet you. So it's like, if you see us out, like don't feel
I know.
like
Everyone's always
I'm
like,
chill.
oh, we saw
like
you
you can
out.
say hi. Like it's okay.
I'm chill also. I actually like it because what's weird about this podcast is that you never. I'm hoping that like with what we're talking about, like even if sometimes it's very unserious, but sometimes we get sort of serious. I feel like even if we're just like helping one person, I'm okay with that. But because you don't see comments, you don't see views, if you see us out, please sort of talk to us because I want to know
Yeah.
what do you guys think about everything? Because there's no way of sort of knowing. Like we're literally just talking to ourselves, basically. So please come up to us. Like I know someone commented, if you're watching this, like on our podcast, like, oh my god, we saw you both at the Dior event.
I got that.
and I would
saw
have
that.
loved to know like who's watching this. Like we don't
We love
know.
putting a face to the name also, a face to
Yeah.
the username.
Because honestly, after a while, you sort of remember names and stuff, or even like
Yes.
people that are liking my Instagram post stuff. I sort of remember a few, but I don't know how you guys look like. I
Yeah,
don't-
sometimes like I remember the username, but sometimes their profile picture is just like a random picture. You don't have
Like a
a face
cat.
to the you don't have a face to the username. So Yeah.
And
And like suggestions, why not?
yeah, because we're also running out. No, we actually have a list.
But we
of
also,
stuff.
right, we want to talk about what they want to talk about.
Yeah,
Because
'cause
like
we
the
don't
whole point of
know.
this is like we want to build like a community and feel like, they're open to like talk to us. We
That's
can talk
on
to
my
them.
manifestation, like building more of a community. Like we eventually want to do like things IRL. We just don't know if anyone will show up yet. So maybe like after season 2.
Yeah, you don't know if you'll show up. It's so funny. I know, like sometimes when I see okay, like one of them was like Belle on TikTok. She always has like a little brunch with her followers and everything. And I think like
I don't think we're there
if that
yet.
happens to me, like would they even show up? Like or would even like want to
Honestly,
go?
Exactly. We don't even know where y'all are living. Like we don't know anything.
Yeah, we don't
So
know the
please come up.
demographic.
We look very serious, but it's because like especially at Dior, we're like the lighting was bad and we are trying to get like content.
Yes.
So we're on a mission.
That is one thing I did not know that I like did not look as friendly as I think I do. Because okay, so when I went out last Saturday, I like went to the bathroom. When I came back, my friends were like, "Oh my gosh, Gabby, guess what we were talking about? We were talking about like how we all met you, like Inigo, everyone." And I
Yeah.
was like, "Really? Like how?" And then they all said they did not think they were gonna be friends with me, like before we met, like when they first saw me. And then like versus like when they actually talked to me and they were like, "Wait, he's actually like really chill, like he's fun and he's nice." And I was like,
I'm the same
"Really?"
way.
And it's like crazy, like they all had the same thinking.
Oh, people are scared of me. I'm nice, guys. Like I know I get very serious, like when I'm out, but I think it's also because, again, because of these friendship breakups and like people fucking me over in the past, I tend to have a very serious like front. But I tell people once you start talking to me, I can't stop talking. Obviously, I started a podcast. Like I can't stop talking. But no, so many people are so intimidated.
Yeah.
Which is sort of sad, but also like I always sort of reflected on this. I'm like, why the fuck do people think I'm so unapproachable? And the thing is, you can't help what people think, but you can change when they do meet you.
Yeah.
And that perception can change. Because I don't think us being like unapproachable, that mindset won't change. But once they see us, and if you see us out at a Dior event or whatever, and you talk to us, and you'll be like, oh my God, they're actually homies. They're chill.
I'm actually
you know?
super, super chill. And I feel like most of the people that would have that like view of me just has not spent any real time with me. I think because like anyone that I actually have talked to, they're like, "Wait, you're actually really chill." And like
I think that's why we
fun.
also wanted to start this.
So I don't know.
You know?
But I feel like even on the podcast, not everyone might get that image, right? Especially like if you're just seeing like a few second snippet on TikTok, like some people still think that it's giving a little snobby, it's giving like that. But I'm
Elitist.
honestly like the farthest
Should I just
from
name
it.
all the bad shit people?
I know, oh my god. But that's the thing. Like on TikTok, I maybe will get like a few hate comments, but then I realize like, these people like clearly like commenting these things are just the people that haven't spent any real time with me. Because anyone, even if we're not the closest, like anyone that I've actually had a conversation with, they don't really have that to say about
Yeah.
me. So I don't think I'm that for sure.
So one thing I sort of want to go into, and this is sort of something like when I feel like I'm arguing with someone, or like a lot of the times I feel like friendship fights or fights in general happen because of miscommunication. And one thing that I think has really sort of allowed me to put things into perspective more is I always think about intention. So I think about, okay, like we've all sort of done things before where like, okay, maybe I'm not the most proud of that. Sometimes it's a lapse in judgment, or like maybe alcohol was involved, whatever. But I always try and think about, okay, like who am I as a person? Once I sort of figured out like my goals, my intentions with people, then I realized that, okay, not everyone's gonna get me. I do stupid shit all the time, but at least I know sort of where my values and my goals are and my ethos, is that a thing? And like that sort of helped me put things into perspective. And even when I had another friendship break, well, we're now friends again. But at that point in time, this person was doing a lot of horrible things. And looking back and looking at the intent was really, really bad.
Blank.
Yeah. She was like
out to get you.
out to get me.
Really?
You know?
Okay.
But now we're hanging out again. Like we hung out last week, and I can see that her intent is very different now. And that friendship fight, breakup, whatever, was very necessary because both of us have grown, we've changed, you know?
And like realize things for sure.
Yeah, and so everyone's like, oh, why are you hanging out with her now? I'm like, you know what? Because her intent is different now, you know? And so I don't know, I think friendship fights don't happen as often as I think maybe relationship fights. Like,
Yeah.
but when they do happen, you always sort of have to think about, okay, like, is this a miscommunication? Is this something we can talk about? Because I really think like everything, even if someone was doing something bad and there's bad intent, a lot of it still has to do with miscommunication, you know? And so I think that's just very important. So that's, I don't know, something I always sort of try to take into consideration now.
And
Like-
it's also like if you're really good friends, then you'd feel comfortable to communicate it. That like, you know, this is not comfortable. Like, I wasn't comfortable with this. You did this, like this hurt me or whatever.
And you
So,
talk about it,
yeah.
you know, and sometimes you need some space and you come back and you're like, okay, like I'm over it because we talked about it.
Yeah.
And so I'm very open now. Because I used to be like, oh, I just don't want to deal. I don't want to deal. I don't want to like talk about it. But that's when the bigger fights sort of happen.
Because
You
that's like
know?
a big blow up because you're like, it's accumulating.
And then you're like, I actually have a list of 10 things
Yeah.
that you've done.
I have a scroll.
You know? And I don't know, I think now that I've sort of surrounded myself with people, we're all sort of trying to help each other grow, you know? We're all like, especially our sort of group of friends that are all in the industry somehow, we all sort of still support each other. We all make sure we sort of like keep each other accountable. And I think that's
Yeah.
so important.
It also comes with maturity, like when you're growing up. Because I think for me now, like maybe that's why I don't have like these big friendship blow up breakouts breakups anymore. Because like I've sort of gotten to a place where like, okay, if somebody does something like, you know, the one that you mentioned, I'm not gonna like fight that person anymore. I'm just gonna distance myself because like I can really only control my reaction to it. And I'm like not at the age anymore where I wanna have a whole drama where people are gonna
We're too
find out that like, oh,
old.
they're fighting, there's this whole whatever. Like, no, if I feel like, you know, we don't align anymore, I'm just personally
I
gonna
also,
distance
you know
myself.
what? I don't get people involved anymore.
Yes.
Well, I'll make Chica someone, but like when
Not
people
like,
are picking
oh,
sides, it's
yeah,
like,
that's the
oh my
worst.
God, like I don't care anymore. Like let's just move on.
That is
show.
super petty when you're like trying to get people to get on your side, whatever. But obviously, sometimes like you're gonna want to talk to someone about it, like for your own feelings, like post processing or whatever. It's not that
Post production.
you're, like-
But I also wanted to talk about sort of like, sorry, the light.
the light
I checked the
distracted
light.
you.
Like working with friends.
Ooh. That's like traveling also. Not all friends are compatible, like to work with each other.
I think it's very hard because, well, aside from this, I actually had like a clothing brand with a friend before. And it was actually going very well. Like Bretman even wore stuff. Bretman was like,
Fun.
hey girl, like I love you. Like it was going very, very well. But I felt like there was no like respect there. Like everything wasn't balanced. And I think especially with the podcast and everything we do, we both help each other in different ways. You know? Like we're always trying to see each other sort of both succeed. And I think that's so important. Because a lot of people say like don't work with your friends or even like
right.
in college or high school, like don't room with your friends, don't live with your friends. But I think if the relationship works, why would you want to work with a stranger when you could work with
Someone you trust
someone
already.
you trust, you know? But again, that takes a lot more patience and commitment because you don't want to ruin both the working and the friendship
Yeah.
relationship, you know? But it takes a really long time to sort of find that right thing. I don't recommend it for everyone. But I don't know, I feel like this works because we're chill about it. You know, we're just like,
Yeah.
do you want to film today? Do you not want to, you know? And I think it took a while. I think I'm so grateful that I had that past working relationship and I worked with a brand, worked with my friend because I realized what worked and what didn't work.
So you sort of like, you know, from experience, you like know how to act now,
Yeah.
like in this situation. It made you like realize things. So we keep saying realize things.
I think someone commented that before.
What?
Like, they're just realizing things, something. But we're realizing things. No, but it's true. Like,
If you're like living and not realizing things, like seriously.
Why are you even living?
Yeah, right?
Why are you
Don't you
living?
think like you should be continually realizing things as you're living? Just saying.
I agree. But no, I think this is working out. And like, we're even talking about like, how can we grow together? Because I think I used to like sort of realize that, especially like in this industry, connections to people you know are very, very important. And I used to just sort of give that out, not realizing that that was some sort of currency in a way.
Yes.
And I'm still very open to like helping everyone, but I really only truly want to help my friends. Like I sort of can spot a mile away when someone's like, "Hey,"
like trying to be close to you just to get
Exactly.
something.
And I think it really stems from like values realizing, okay, who are you really close to? For any of my friends, I'll do whatever. Even if it requires like actual work that I don't normally charge for, like I don't care, like I'll do it. But I think boundaries are so like important, you know?
That's true.
And I have a lot of boundaries, but I love that.
No, like, I feel like as you grow older, you sort of realize like what your boundaries are. Like you set them.
They're set. They've been set.
They've been set. They've been hard set.
I'm getting hungry.
Okay, what's next? Should we play a game or what?
Okay, so
So we have a
can-
game, and like we just on the spot thought of like revising the mechanics a little bit.
Yeah. You can explain.
So it's sort of
I
like
came up with it.
it's like a again like a this or that we always do, but this time since it's about friendships, then I'm gonna answer what I think Liam would answer, and Liam's gonna answer what he thinks I would answer.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that fun?
I
Okay.
feel like that's better.
Will we do this right? I don't know.
Okay. So the first one is pick one outfit color. I think Abby's is yellow. Well, not just because he's wearing yellow.
Am I a
'Cause
yellowy person?
You're a mess. The cute little back. I think you brought it also. I feel like you're yellow.
I was gonna say you're like I was gonna answer also like brown earthy tones. I feel like we're getting like influenced by like what we were wearing. But I was gonna answer navy blue for myself or something like that.
Navy blue also.
Yeah. What was your answer for yourself? I feel like we got influenced by what we're wearing right now.
I'm looking at my. I think I would say gray.
Gray.
I feel like
okay,
I've been
yeah,
into
you could have been
grays
gray.
lately. So we're both wrong.
We're both wrong. We suck.
Okay.
Okay.
Choose one type. Okay, this is so easy. Choose one type of content forever. I know yours.
What's
Carousel.
options?
Carousel, reels, or stories.
Oh, it's only for IG.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're in a reels era.
Yeah, and
Like
you're
you
a
love
carousel-
them so much. Yeah, I love carousels.
You
Like
see,
I love
he's
like
a carousel
lots.
girly, and I'm a okay. Correct. Choose one social media
Hate
platform:
stories.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. That's easy.
Instagram for you.
Yeah. Honestly, I would say Instagram at this moment for you.
At this moment, yes.
Once he got hate, he got off TikTok. But no, I'm just not getting TikTok. I don't think I'll ever get it. Like
it's
I really don't.
fun. Like it's still
Like,
like
I'm
happens-
posting random
it still
shit,
pops off
But
sometimes.
guys,
like,
I made a new TikTok, Liam_Labroy, if you want to follow. I just got traumatized by the whole US ban, and also like I can't buy shit off of TikTok Shop. And
oh
like,
yeah.
I just wanted to rebrand. I wanted to restart, and I only have 195 followers. So please follow. But I like that I can just post whatever, and not a lot of my friends follow it yet. So I'm really just like
I want
posting
to get to
whatever.
that. I want to get to that headspace where like I can just post anything I want on
Right.
TikTok. I feel like I love it way more because now I get to this like, I feel like people are expecting a certain like type of content that like it puts pressure on me. I think that's also why I get burnt out by TikTok now.
Yeah, well, Instagram. Luckily, my friends are like, Liam, just fucking post it. Because I'm always like, oh, should I post this? Well, whatever. I'm really trying to just like put out content, you know? And sometimes you can have a hit, sometimes you can have a miss. It's like outfits also.
Yes.
But my friends are always just like, Liam, just post it. Because I'm always like, I don't want to post it. It's like, I'm scared, blah, blah, whatever. So I like that my friends are like very supportive of my new like posting era. Like Nathania was just like, you posted like 100 times this year. I'm like, yeah, you posted twice. I'm like, you need to post more.
I want to post on Instagram just because I want to grow it a bit more now.
Yeah, can you guys
It's
follow them
okay.
on? Because I know you guys don't follow us and you only follow the pod and it's annoying. Please engage. But no, I'm posting reels and reels are fun. Like honestly, I'm in my gimmicky reel era.
Yeah, like Liam loves a gimmicky reel.
And
Like,
they do
they're actually they're really
better.
funny.
Like they're really doing better. But honestly, I'm very proud of my feed right now.
It's cute. It's chic.
Right? And I've been experimenting with my style, trying to be different, trying to just switch it up, you know? Okay, this is super off topic. Well, I've told all my friends
What's
this, so
this?
technically, but I think, did I talk about this before? See, I don't even remember. But I always think that I've always taken this job very seriously, you know? But I think this year, looking at how people are doing it abroad, or even like David Gisan, shout out David,
Ooh,
they're
David.
posting every day. And I think that's one thing, like, sometimes you need to not. I saw a quote, someone posted, no one really cares about what you're posting. They really just care about themselves. And so I'm really trying to sort of have that mantra where I'm really just trying to push out content, whether they do good, they do bad, whatever. I'm just trying to like post and
Yeah.
keep it going. You know, so like some of my carousels haven't been doing that well. But I'm like, you know what? It was a vibe. That's all that matters.
I
Like,
want to
I'm-
get to that headspace.
but it's stressful to keep up.
Yeah.
But luckily, I have friends that are like, we've now like before the YSL event, like a bunch of our friends all came over to mine and we got ready together and we also like shot each other's content. So we're all sort of supportive. So it's really nice. We're all like in our posting era.
Yeah,
I
and there's
feel.
this like cute wall near Liam's house that I just discovered.
You know, I walk by it every
The
day.
Hermes
Because
Ginza.
it's on the way to my local salad stop.
My locals.
It's
Your home store.
yeah.
Your
and
neighborhood.
It's such a nice wall and I've never noticed it.
It reminds you of like Hermes Ginza with like all
Yeah,
the
so
glass
Anshul
blocks.
and Nat have already posted it,
Yeah.
but like
We're gonna
expect
be
a reel.
next. We're gonna
We're
be
gonna be
next because
next.
I really
Actually,
want
you
to
know,
take
it
up
goes
photos
with
there.
this outfit.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay, we could.
we could. Let's see.
We could.
But yeah, it's nice when like your friends are very supportive, you know? Because one thing, okay, a little deep, but I think I found it hard to sort of connect with some of my non-industry friends because I think they never understood.
They don't get it.
They don't get
just
it, you know?
That's it.
No, I don't expect them to get it. But I think now that they see that I'm working harder at it, they're starting to get it more. They're trying to learn the whole industry because of how passionate I am about it in terms of
Yeah.
growing and doing stuff. So now they're like, okay, like we'll engage more, like we get it, like they're supportive because they sort of see that I'm like more passionate about posting now, you know? Wow, this episode is just woo!
All over the place, kind of.
But you know what? I think when you listen to it, one thing I've noticed is when we talk, we're like, did it really make sense? But it does make sense because you have to listen to everything.
It's like a conversational flow.
It's conversational flow. I'm gonna use that. Okay, next. We're playing a game, pala. I'm like, Liam,
Like you hear some of the talking points.
for your IG, choose one. Would you do selfies, travel pics, or
Wait, what was it?
OOTDs?
For your IG.
Gabby's would be travel pics.
Yeah.
But I feel like if he,
OOTDs, you're not a selfie girly.
yeah, I can't find the right angle. It's
we were
not
talking about
working.
this recently. We were like, we
I
hate
can do
taking
an elevator
selfies.
selfie.
Like
but-
mirror.
Oh my god, super sad, guys.
Mirror.
And this is why they think we're not talking about anything deep. They're renovating all my elevators slowly, and I peeked into my new elevator. There are no mirrors,
OMG, for real.
but the material is like a little like velvety. It's super cute.
Velvety,
So I'm
that's
thinking
very chic.
we can get Cora to come over to take photos, but no more mirror selfies.
It is still a very like classic, like old school style because that's what I love about your elevators. Before.
Someone commented once like, "Oh my god, it looks haunted," and I'm like, "Well, you have a haunted mindset because it's fucking chic." Anyways, okay, I think for you, you like your travel pics, but if you adopt my new posting more mindset, you'll do more OOTDs.
Yeah. I need to do more
I feel like you're
OOTDs.
not a selfie queen.
No, I hate selfies. As like I have one like every once in a while.
No, you know, like you post.
they usually come
you're
from a
looking-
video, if I'm being honest. I
you're
never
looking,
take
you're
it.
like, ooh, I look good, and then you look at it, and you're like,
It
why do I
sucks.
look deformed?
Well,
No, okay. Think of a random word. What do you think you two are thinking about right now?
random word.
Wait lang.
Hey, Bo.
Wait,
you
don't
said you're
say it
hungry.
yet.
Oh,
Don't say it.
sorry.
We'll say it
I
at the same
thought
time.
we are gonna do it now.
Wait, I have to think of mine and I have to think of yours. Okay, I can't. If you're thinking about something that's nega, you can't say it.
I'm not. I just think you're hungry.
Okay, bleep. Yeah, I'm very hungry.
I think he's hungry. I think he's
But one
thinking
thing I
of
was
like
thinking
food
about.
again. Oh my god.
No,
No, I
okay.
actually found it funny when she went down the car. Like I was like, whoa, is she slamming the door of the car? I'm scared.
Okay. I can't even think about mine. I have one for you.
The shoe.
Fuck!
Why? What's okay?
Yeah!
I was thinking about it. Look at my new
Okay,
shoes.
I'm
Wait. So, shout out to Erica for
Erica.
sending over these cute
Erica,
baby
you haven't,
blue
and she listens. Erica, you haven't
Palermos.
sent.
They're so cute.
She's
I love
looking
the
for my
color.
size.
Oh yeah, the size is a thing. It's a thing.
Erica.
So I'm thinking
I'll do
about
a
them because
feed
I love
post.
them.
The blues are cute.
Yeah, the blue is super cute. I'm really happy.
But
Thank
you have a size that's like not as like it's easier to get your size. I have like a very common size.
Really? Yeah, because my feet are a bit smaller.
So it's easier.
So then yeah, they don't usually
Erica.
size.
Also my Doc Martens. What's my word? Honestly, I think it was Habo. I think we were both correct.
Yay! Because I know that he's
Yay.
hungry now because it's like lunch.
Okay, guys, you know what? This is very all over the place, but I think it's gonna make sense. It's sort of like our Pride episode. We were
I
like,
think it's a fun episode.
like this is
also.
gonna be really like weird and didn't make sense. But when I listened to it, I was like, wait, our brain just works like this, and you're just gonna have to deal. But yeah, you know what? I think this is I think a topic I want to bring up, like maybe every season, because it's really like the way I view friends is very different now. You know, like. And even family, I think that's also something we can bring up eventually. Like I'm very much like now when I manifest every morning, well, I manifest on the way here, but I always involve like, it's not just work wise, money wise, clothes or like superficial stuff. I very much am trying to prioritize like family and friends now. Because I don't know, you go through hard days and a new bag or a new jacket isn't gonna like be there to support you.
Yeah.
You know, and like now that we're getting older, I think like we're really trying to think about everything more long term. And having the right friends and the right family to support you in a very lonely industry, you know, is very, very important. You know, so that's sort of a big priority for me this year. Just to like have better, deeper relationships with people. And also my dogs. I always mention my dogs as well because they're getting old.
I agree. Like
So I scratched him for a good like 5 minutes before I left.
that's cute.
Okay, your
No,
turn
but
to
I was
say
gonna
something
say,
deep.
like, I super agree. I know you're trying to say something deep now. Like, no, but I really agree with that also. So, I mean, I've always been like, I know I don't look like it, but even like in high school, but I've always been like the kind of like, oh yeah, I could use more friends anytime, anywhere. Like, yes, let's be friends. But then I've really gone through things where like, you know, I've had friends that aren't there for me, or friends that are only there for like to sort of take from you or the good times, whatever. So at this point in time, I'm really just here to nurture the friendships that I know are here to stay. And really like only develop friendships that I know are like, you know, these people actually care for me, are there for me. Because like what Liam said, like, you know, we meet a lot of people in what we do, but it's not always like a deep friendship or a deep relationship. And you should know that. I think some people don't. That's why it's like sort of heartbreaking for them. But you need to know like a lot of these like relationships that you form are just like surface level,
'Cause-
and you need to have your support group still with you that
Yeah.
are not necessarily in that.
Because I think at our age, it's getting rarer. It can happen, but to build like new friendships, you know, like
At this point,
especially once like, especially a lot of my friends are now settling down. They're getting married. They're having kids. They're not looking for new friends either. You know?
Yeah.
So like, not that I'm not open to new friends, but like, you should be very grateful for the people that you already have around you. And if someone else comes in by chance, that's also really nice. But you know, like, I really want to keep the friends I want and family around me for a really long time. And so, yeah, you know what? Message someone today and be like, hey, I miss you. Like, hope all is well.
yeah,
You know, and if you had like a problem with someone, maybe this is the sign to sort of be like, hey, like I know we fell out or like we haven't spoken in a while, but I just want to ask you how you're doing. Because again, I've said this before, I'm not the most like chit chatty person, but I do that once in a while and they really, really appreciate it. And you can sort of start something again,
Like a
out
new
of that,
friendship.
you know? Or even a stranger. I've done that before. Like,
Slide to the DM.
no, okay, not stranger, but like an online friend. An online friend. I'm like, hey, you know what? We see each other at events, at work, but we never like talk. Like, let's grab coffee. Don't do a dinner. That's too much pressure. Just
That's intense.
do a coffee. Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna go take content and I'm gonna eat because Gabby's on OMAD.
Yeah.
And I'm on my third
had
coffee. Maybe that's why I'm
coffee.
going a little insane. But we're gonna go shoot content. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget to subscribe.
Follow,
subscribe. Whatever you can do.
Whichever platform works for you.
But Spotify would be better.
Yeah. And can you comment? That's fun.
No,
like comment
like-
on our Spotify. We like it. We like reading. Sometimes people do and it's fun.
That's I feel like when there's a comment, it shows that there is more of an impact. Whether good or bad. Because on Spotify, like no one, it's not the platform where people normally comment. But we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
Some of my
if-
friends don't even know you can comment on Spotify.
no one knows.
Yeah, but you can.
Yeah. But I hope you guys have a good weekend because this comes out on a Thursday.
Yeah, so it'll be a Friday to next day. Yay.
and then you'll see us at Yes Please on Saturday. Bye guys.
Bye.